Nell'arco della mia vita, i 10 Anelli hanno dato potere alla mia famiglia. Se tu li vorrai un giorno, dovrai dimostrarmi che sei abbastanza forte da indossarli.
Sei il prodotto di quelli che sono venuti prima di te. Il retaggio della tua famiglia. Sei tua madre. E che ti piaccia o no, sei anche tuo padre.
Hi Simu, I'm Lucrezia. I came from Rome, Italy. I write for Dire Giovani. Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
From accountant to actor, in your opinion, is it necessary to always follow our choices, even if they may hurt our families, or happens to, as happens to Shang-Chi? Where do you find the courage to do this?
Very good question. I think that everybody's situation is different, so it's hard to say for sure, always better to do one than the other. I was in a position where I didn't have many responsibilities, and I made the decision to pursue something that was very, very risky, but ultimately paid off. I can't say that that means that'll work for every single person, regardless of what their situation is, but I do believe that it was the best thing that I ever did. And I absolutely, absolutely would invite anybody in a similar position to do the same thing, because life is short and you deserve to go for what you want.
Disney comics makes us discover the charm of tradition and legends passed down from generation to generation. These elements have been somewhat lost over time. What do you think? What do you think that is?
You know, if anything, I think, sometimes when you pass things on from one generation to the next, sometimes there can be disconnects. For myself, I know for my family, I grew up in such a different environment than my parents. I grew up in Canada and my parents grew up in China. And so growing up, I think it was very difficult for us to communicate with one another. We clashed a lot and oftentimes didn't even speak the same language. So it would have been very difficult for them to transmit a lot of their cultural richness back to me. But what I love about this movie, what I love about what Shang-Chi does in this movie is he reconnects to his heritage and his background, and he realizes that who he is a product of everyone that came before him, and he's connected to his ancestors generations and generations past. And there's something really, really beautiful about that. I think it mirrors all of our individual journeys as we get older to discover ourselves and who we really are. I mean, those are questions that everybody asks themselves. And where else to look but back? Let's look at where our parents came from, where our grandparents came from. What is our family story? And then, the bigger question, which is, where do I want to go from here? What is the path that I want to make for myself?
I never have time to go to a karaoke club, so I perform in my car, in traffic, or in the shower, and I use my hand as a microphone. Yes, what do you enjoy singing at a karaoke club, or in the car, or in the shower?
Disney. I love Disney. Oh, I just can't wait. But I do the same thing as you do. I sit in my car, I sing at the top of my lungs. I sing in the shower when I feel like no one's listening, but I love Lion King, right? I love Aladdin, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. I'll sing it all. But I'm a big Disney fan. I think those songs that we grew up singing are the best ones, and we never forget the lyrics. It's like you could go 10 years not singing a song, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I remember. And you could recite the whole thing.
And the next time I want to do it with you.
Absolutely.
With which superhero do you dream a crossover with Shang-Chi?
All of them. I mean, that would be amazing. I'm such an MCU fan. There's so many, and each individual hero is so charismatic and funny in their own way. So I really am not picky at all.
Simu Liu, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you. Bye. Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao.
Volevo un nuovo nome, una nuova vita, ma non potrò mai fuggire dalla sua ombra.
Figlio mio, non si scappa dal passato.
Volevi questo?
Puoi farcela!
Grazie.
Jab, left foot, right hook.